What are you up to? There's nothing hiding in there. You're gonna have a lie down, aren't you? Yep. Okay, you guard the car, make sure nobody steals it. Hello folks, welcome to Once Driven Forever Smitten. Going to be going down the workshop and doing some stuff on the Saab, but I'm going to be taking the Iveco Daily recovery truck down there, which has been off the road for quite a while. Failed the brake test by 1% just before COVID, never got it back on the road again. So it's going to go down there and get all the work done to prep it for MOT, and also the Nova needs to go down there as well because it's got an issue with a blockage in the fuel tank, so I need to go and empty all the stuff off of it before it goes on the move, and I'm going to give it a wash as well because it's gone all mouldy. I've got all the parts off the Saab for a scrap pile. And wiper linkage, wipers off the Diplomat, some 1040 oil. Also living in the recovery truck cab is the universal condenser for the Diplomat, which I'm still waiting to arrive from China, and a bale of rags I forgot I had, which is handy. Yeah, I really need this because the pipes have been cut on the Diplomat and I can't fit the original condenser because there's no ends to go onto it. I diluted G101 on a brush. Uh-oh. Shift it all. I don't call the number on this because it's been out of service for many years, so ha! Oh, there we go, that's quite a big improvement. I painted that wing in 2020 and put it on it. That's how long it's been sitting. Ah, big streak down the side there. I just rolled the hose up. Not to worry, we'll get it started now. Look at the colour of that. That's coffee. The G101. Mental. I'm going to rinse this brush off as well actually. Right, now the mission is to jump start it because the battery is flat because I forgot about it as usual. It's hard to get a connection in the batteries with this thing. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. To get a good connection in there. Come on. Haha! That wasn't too bad. That's ticking away there, charging the battery up nicely. I'm going to go and fire the Diplomat on the drive in that spot because I'm not using it quite as much at the moment because I want to get it painted. But need to get stuff out the way first down the garage. I think I've started this for a while. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. about. Yeah, heaters are on full. Thought it was toasty in here. Of course, this street has got cars right the way down it, parked all the way now, and there's hardly any space if anybody comes in off the main street. Somebody parks his transit van right at the end as well, making it extra difficult if you're coming out and somebody's coming in at the same time. Don't know why you can't park it just a bit further forward. It's maybe in a bit of a brake bind. It was struggling for there, but then I put the handbrake on and off, and when I pulled away it went dunk. So maybe a sticky shoe or something, but it's been sitting for that long. It also needs a service. Need to go and get a full set of filters. I think there is a fuel filter in here for it, but that'll definitely need to change. It's probably all gummed up inside. Aside for that, it's driving fine now. Truck is here for work, Nova here for work, get the fuel tank out it. Had a bit of mucking about there with Le Cave, because somebody had nicked the fuel pump relay out it and not said anything. Found it lying in the Astra next door. Anyway, Saab. Gonna have to take the exhaust off, get the sump bolts out it once I've dropped the oil. I wonder if the sump's going to pass that, get past there. I noticed the steering rack seems to be held on with 2 bolts through that way, so that should just hang there. And then there's a back engine mount bolt. Now it looks like there's a bolt up in there, and then there's like one at the other side of it, which is probably going to be awkward to get to. But if I get them out the road, then the whole subframe would kind of drop down. But on the other hand, I would need to get the whole exhaust off it to drop the whole subframe to get to this bolt here. Potentially. Don't think there's anything sticking out, but I don't really want to do that today. I'll do that separately because I don't have a new bolt to go into anyway. See, it's got this big washer at the back as well for the other side, so if I do it I won't be able to put a bolt in. So I wonder if the sump is going to clear the subframe here though to come out, because it's going to have that pickup pipe on it. If I can drop the exhaust at the front, which would give me a bit of space, and then I can just go around it and take all the bolts out. Yeah, we'll just have to... That oil's not been in there for long, but it's pretty black. I think it'll do it good to do some very frequent oil changes on it. Flush it out. Right, got the 3 bolts out the exhaust up at the top there at the turbo, so it can just hang there. And now I'm going to remove all these sump bolts. Hopefully it's going to come out past this bit of subframe. I don't know if it will or not, and I'm not googling it, I'm just going to find. I'm also just going to fire the new oil filter on there. Slightly bigger than the last one, if it makes any odds, just to stop it dripping out of there while I'm doing this. Little 3/8 battery gun, perfect for this. Well, that one's a lot tighter than that one. We also need to remove the flywheel cover plate. Nice. Nope, it doesn't come out. We have to drop the subframe, at least on one side I think, just to get a bit of play on things. Now if I undo the bolt on it, because obviously we've got a broken one at the back, is it just going to drop down on its own, or is there that much stuff sticking to it that it's going to hold it in place? I may unscrew some other things. I have managed to remove one of the steering rack bolts. Unfortunately the other one has rounded off. It is insanely tight, don't know where my other ones are, so I can't remove it, but it's on the other side. So I'm hoping that if I can just get this side to drop down, then that would be enough, I hope. Hey, got the sump out. I think just a little bit, yeah, just a couple of centimetres dropped off the subframe. I couldn't get it out otherwise. it just wasn't quite going to come. I don't know, maybe you could, I don't know, but that's it out anyway. So we now need to get this cleaned up. Then we need to take the screws out of here and check the baffle plate in there to see what the situation is with the pickup. Looks relatively clean in here, so you know, we better make sure it's all right anyway. Ring's not. Okay, I'm not able. Alright, baffle plate out, and that's our strainer on the bottom there, which is another 2 T30 Torx. Come on. Oh, it's got a bit of scooge in it. Yeah, look at that in there. I mean, it's not blocked by any means, but there's a bit of crap in there, so we're going to empty this out, brake cleaner it all out, make sure this is spotless. Well, that's been well worth doing anyway, aside from fixing the leak. You can see in there there's a bit of gritty stuff. That's alright, the strainer's done its job. That's all cleaned out. Look at that in my finger, that's like gritty stuff. Well, we definitely don't want that circulating around. Well, even it was kind of living in the bottom of the sump, but it's alright, we'll get that all out of there. I'm going to scrape this off as well. Sump's coming up nicely. Just hitting it with some brake cleaner and WD-40 because I don't have much brake cleaner left. And WD-40 softens up the carbon pretty well anyway. To go and get a bulk order of brake cleaner, no one's running out of it. This old scrubbing brush is doing the trick. There we go, sump all degreased and cleaned out inside. 98% of the carbon off it. Gotta go and clean out the pickup pipe now. No, I just noticed it was weird. There is no sealant between the sump and the block. Like, there should have been a whole load of spooge that came off that I should have had to scrape off, but there isn't really. It was just like it was pretty much metal to metal. Interesting. Anyway, I've pretty much got this cleaned up. I'll have to go and like get the sump in there. I do reckon that I had to drop that subframe there. I don't think that would have come out, not without a massive fight. I mean, it's only, the subframe's only down a couple of centimetres, but it was enough. I'm going to put the pickup pipe back in, which slots in right here. This sealant's called Durco Grau by L-Ring, and it's like high temperature stuff. It's quite expensive. Right, so I'm going to degrease this a bit more. So it's like a, you know, a thin smear of this stuff. Well, with any sealant really, because if you put a big fat worm of it all the way around, it'll just end up in the sump. Sump going in. Nice. I'm going to put my subframe bolts back in, and I'll put some copper grease on the end of them because I want them to come back out again. That bush is done in there anyway. Look at that bush. That's not too clever. Yeah, if you look at that bush there, look at that. It's knackered. So yeah, there's 4 bushes in a bag in the back of the car, and I suspect there might be for in there, and I don't know, probably in there as well. I guess you could like press them out or something. The bushes in the front there. I need to go and look at this Saab stuff. Step sealing things up. We're going to whip this rocker gasket off. So first we've got to take the direct ignition pack out, and then it's just a few bolts round there, T40 Torxes. Alright, take the plug off the end of the disc pack. Put these somewhere safe. I've never had this out. Sound. Ooh, lots of spooge in this. Look at how much silicon's coming over the edge of that. Wow, that's not good. Supposed to put a new gasket in it. Right, let's get this off. That is a lot of silicone sealant, look at that. I mean, just buy a new gasket if it's at that stage. You know, that's probably, you know, some of that can end up in your engine. You don't want that, it's not good. I mean, there's just, look how much of it there is. I must have used like a whole tube. Who did that? Dearie me, I have to get it all up. Look at how much silicone's on this. I mean, that's mental. They're just asking for engine. This is taking forever. It's like deep down, like the silicone's been forced into every channel on it. Look how much has come out, excess. That is bonkers, and you can see bits of it that are like stuck inside the top of the cam cover where it's come off. Like, you're in serious danger of blocking oil galleries or the pickup doing stuff like that. That is insane. Gasket's in position, but they don't really want to sit in very well. Can it keep bumping out of place? So, might try just sticking a little dab of silicone here and there. This is going to be awkward. Anyway, tell you what, engine looks good. Put a little bit of silicone round there, just a dab. Give it the best possible chance of sealing. Yeah, it's not full of carbon. Well, that's a cam cover gasket on. I've also added the rubber bung in there that was missing, that I ordered for it. Hopefully that all the holes eventually lined up with a bit of silicone holding the gasket in place temporarily, and then put the plugs out it now, see what we've got in it. What have we got? Have we got the genuine articles? NGKR PFR 6H10s. Yeah, PFR 6H10s, so it did have the right plugs in it. They look pretty healthy as well, as far as I can tell. Got a new set of genuine. Right, so I'll basically just to put the oil in it, tighten a couple of bolts up at the exhaust, but I'm doing these drop links now. Just grab them at the back with a mole grips, because these are knackered by the look of it. They don't seem to be knackered, but the rubbers are all completely burst off the end of every single bit of them, so, you know, not helpful. These can be a bit of a pain to slacken, they can be super tight. This one wasn't. I don't think it was really tight enough. I just tweaked it slack there and away it came, so. I mean, good for taking them off, like, but I don't think they were fitted right to begin with all the gaiters being monstered like that. Somebody's attacked that with big mole grips like I'm doing, but obviously it doesn't matter if you're just throwing them away. I don't think these are actually that old. Just that somebody's wrecked them. You can see that these drop links are not old, but they've got no grease in them because all the rubbers have been torn to shreds. I think you can actually buy rubbers to put over these, but a set of new drop links is like 20 quid. So it's, you know, not worth the hassle. Weird, somebody must have put like mole grips over the back trying to grab them to tighten them up. The ones that I've got to go on, you can hold them at the back with a 15mm spanner. They've got flats on them, but these don't. You have to like put an Allen bit in the middle and then tighten them, which is a pain. Right, got our new drop links on either side. I've actually got a set of EBC discs. These ones are sort of probably about halfway through their lifespan, the recent pads. So I'll probably change those out, but what we're going to have to do is drop the subframe down to do the bushes in it and get that broken bolt out, so I'm not going to do that today. But yeah, if I'm going to do that as well, I might go and see about replacing the cat in the pre-cat, maybe get a sport cat for it. But I'll have to get that bolt out, that chocolate bolt there, that one, that needs to come out. Apart from that, I'm going to get it back in the ground now and get the oil in it. See what we get. Right, I've got this 540 deck sauce 2 to put in it. Deck sauce 2 is General Motors rating for their fully synthetic oil, so this meets this specification, and it's 540 rather than 530, so it's a little bit thicker, which will hopefully help with it burning it. These don't take a lot of oil for the size of the engine. Popped off. So I got this off of eBay. Manual, German, company from Hamburg. Meets all these approvals: Mercedes, Renault, VW, MB, Ford, GM deck sauce 2, Renault, Chrysler, blah 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 blah. Synthetic oil, synthetic engine oil and ester. Shelf time 5 years. Yeah, like I wouldn't use it if it was supposedly out of date. It's oil. Just give it a shake. See how it goes with burning that. What I forgot to look at was, I've got these 308mm EBC discs that I've had for about 12 years. These will fit the Saab, I just need to get a set of pads to match them. Happy days. We're also going to add some more of that nice liquid moly stop smoke. For reasons of, you know, soften up our valve stem oil seals again. This is goopy stuff. But it worked well the last time, so I'll get another dose of it this time out. Now that the exhaust's connected, although that was enough to give us a fill of the oil filter anyway, that's better. Oh, it's cool in here already. Right. Oh, what I wanted to check was... Oh! They were not working for ages. That's just kicked back into life and soaked me. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Okay. Fix yourself. Suits me. Right, done. Back up the road. It's in severe need of a wash and a good going over. Because it is mocking. I found this, I thought this had burst a radiator hose, but as it turns out it hasn't. It actually blew out a hole right out the side of the radiator, which is why it won't hold coolant. But it only gets started and stopped around here anyway, so. Good battery that. That was Fred's battery off the diplomat. See this bloody gear selector thing? It's a pain. You've got to pop it off and pop it on every time you want to start it and move it, because it's knackered. At least it does still move. It's actually purring away nicely. I put coolant in it earlier, but most of it will have leaked out. Oh, it's toasty in here. 23 degrees it says. Like my Mark III. Well, it's a Corsa steering wheel actually. Oh, ABS going. Soon, we will get to this soon. I'll do it. Well, it's still making clunky noises when you pull away, but we know what that is. That's that missing bolt and those shagged subframe bushes. But other than that, I mean, that's a good bit of progress in the Saab. Somebody's cut the grass. He'll be back now. Right, anyway. Yeah, I got the Saab home and it's still got an oil leak. I think one of the rusty bolts hadn't gone all the way home. I had greased them, but anyway, there was one there that could get a couple of turns on quite easily, and you could see that it was oozing out from it, so they're all fully tightened in now anyway. I'll just double check the rest. It's jacked up on the drive again. Why, you may ask? Well, the oil leak was solved at the first bit, and now it's oozing out the back and going all over the exhaust. Look at that. So I have made it worse. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna have to drop the exhaust, take the sump off, drop the subframe at the side a bit, probably, to get that out. Great. Right folks, we're now on to take 3 with the sump. And I don't like this Durco stuff. It's not doing what I want it to. It won't seal the thing up, so what we're going to do is use black RTV silicone gasket maker, which is the stuff that they say you're supposed to use, so we'll give that a go, see what happens. Right, I'm now going to leave that for a few minutes to go a bit tacky before I go and put it on so it sticks. And I'm only going to tighten the bolts in a little bit before tightening them up further. Well, hey, I found a little rubber bit for the valve thing that I lost. No idea where that went, and it just like fell out. Glad I found that little rubber mount for that there. That was annoying the hell out of me where that went. Stuffed it, hiding behind the radiator. That's been off the car since before the Cannonball's run, so it was securely hidden. It's a very hot day, so let's use the Saab for shade. Hello Bob. How are you? Right, well, now that the Saab is no longer pouring oil out of it, we can now wash it because, well, not just wash it, polish it and cut it back. You can see the espresso brown sort of coloration in it there in the sun. But I'm going to leave it up in the jacks because it's all muddy in the wheel arches and getting there better. See, the back end of it's absolutely filthy from the cannonball's run, so we will snow foam it and then let it soak in and then jet wash it and then maybe hit it with a sponge as well, I don't know. Right folks, that's all for this one on the Saab. More progress made on it. Obviously next time out with it I need to be tackling the subframe bolts. It does still have an oil leak from somewhere else, but you know, not as bad as it was. Car's running really nicely, so looking forward to racking up some miles in it. Next video I'm going to be putting an exhaust on the Omega. It's going down to England next week, and I've also got a bit of an update on the spring seats that I have welded in to Le Cave. So an update on the Omega and the Cavalier coming next. Catch you again soon. I saw you. Mate, come on, sweet Bob. You're going to have to get out because I need to use the car to go to Halfords to get brake cleaner. Come on. Ah! I can't leave you in the car. Oh well, guess I'll just take another car then.